Hello, Senator Gerard Craughwell here. As you know, the people of Ireland voted by way of referendum in 2013 to retain Seanad. Part of the discussion at that time revolved around the need to reform the Seanad, and indeed Dr. Maurice Manning and Joe O'Toole and team put together a reasonable effort given the constraints they had for the reform of the Seanad. Nothing has happened with that document since the report was given. However, I want to talk to you about the forthcoming Seanad election. For far too long, the Seanad has been the plaything of political parties. The Seanad divides along the lines of government and opposition, yet there is no provision for this to happen. The Seanad is made up of 43 members who are vocational panel members, 11 Taoiseach nominees and 6 from the universities. Nowhere in the legislation, nowhere does it say that there is a government and that there is an opposition. We also have the problem that many members of Seanad since 1937 have been put there just to rest a while waiting for the next Dáil election. That is not what the upper house is about. The upper house serves no constituency but those that elect them, the county councillors of Ireland and members of the Oireachtas. The upper house has a function with respect to monitoring legislation and debating legislation as it passes through the Oireachtas, sending bad legislation back. What chance is there of bad legislation being sent back if the government controls one side of the house and the opposition controls the other? Time has come for real reform of the Seanad. The time has come for the Seanad to do the job it was meant to do, to review legislation, to find the flaws, to fix legislation, to call the government to account, on laws they pass, on actions they carry out. And more importantly, a more important role now for the Seanad is the review of EU directives. Because directives are not easily transposed. One size does not fit all in the European community. So I'm asking the people of Ireland to start the conversation about the reform of the Seanad. And let's get the type of upper house that we deserve, not a resting home for those who didn't manage to get elected to the Dáil this time around. Or worse still, we've had situations in the past where people failed in a Dáil election, failed to get elected to the Seanad and were appointed by a Taoiseach to the Seanad. What does that say about our democracy? So I'm asking you, get involved in the conversation. Let's see what we can make of the upper house. Thank you.